Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NFL Week 16. We're almost at the end of the year. We are 14 games into the 17-game schedule. It's going to be exciting. So last week, 12-4 straight up picks, 10-6 against the spread, 9-7 on the over/under, 31-17 overall. Year to date, 137-87 on straight up picks, 116-108 against the spread, 109-115 on the over/under. Overall, 53.8%. Straight up picks, we're at 61.1. Against the spread, 51.7. Over/under, 48. So, not where we want to be at, but we're gaining on it. We started the season bad. So, alright, week 16. This will be game 15 for everyone. We know it's a 17-game schedule. I know fantasy football have two, typically, I know we have 2 weeks left. I did make the championship 4, 8-person league. I'm sitting 6th right now, or 7th right now, so not bad. I did beat someone last week who basically cost them the playoffs. So I've been playing better here lately. Team's just been in shambles. Alright, so playoffs. Here we are, playoff time. AFC. Right now, Baltimore's number 1 seed, followed by Miami, Kansas City, and Jacksonville, the division winners, our leaders right now. Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis are your 3 wild cards. So if the playoffs started tomorrow, Baltimore's got the bye, Miami, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Cleveland. Houston 8-6 on the outside looking in. Buffalo 8-6 on the outside looking in. Pittsburgh and then Denver both at 7-7. On the NFC, right now, San Fran has the best record. They are number 1 seed, followed by Dallas, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. And then Philadelphia, Minnesota, and the Los Angeles Rams would be your wild card. So Dallas, Rams, Detroit, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia would be your matchups. Seattle, New Orleans, both 7-7. They're on the outside. Atlanta and Green Bay both 6-8. So a lot could happen. Still in the season. We still got plenty of time for these teams to win or fail. I mean, Tampa Bay could easily lose the division. You got a 10-4 Philadelphia and a 10-4 Dallas. Dallas right now is leading the division. They could lose it. So yeah, a lot could still happen. A lot to play for. You know, any of these teams can get number 1 seed. So we're gonna start with the 3 Christmas games. 2 of them, honestly, I don't think it's that great. We have really 2 huge matchups. We have one on Sunday afternoon, which I'm surprised it wasn't flexed to Sunday night, and then we have the Monday night game, the late game on Monday. So typically Christmas is NBA season. This year's football season, so you got football and NBA going head to head. I'd love to see what the ratings are going to look like with that, especially that late game. So the first game is Las Vegas Raiders 6-8 going against Kansas City Chiefs, who are 9-5. In Kansas City, I used to live an hour north of there. Raider week is always a huge week, so it's always, especially on Christmas. So yeah, that's going to be just, I mean, yeah, Raiders, Chiefs. That is a brawl waiting to happen in the stands. Chiefs are favored by 10 at Arrowhead on a Christmas day. That's going to be kind of a fun Christmas miracle. I got Chiefs winning, covering, and under on 41.5. And then we have the 5-9 New York Football Giants going against the 10-4 Philadelphia Eagles. That's the midday game. Honestly, I don't think this game is going to be that great. Philly's favored by 12. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 42.5. Now the late game on Monday night. The 11-3 Baltimore Ravens versus the 11-3 San Francisco 49ers. The 2 teams with the best record in each conference. This is a possible Super Bowl preview. 2 high-powered offenses, 2 pretty decent defenses. What's going to happen? A great football game is going to break out here. 49ers are favored by 5.5. They're at home. They're taking the 49ers, cover the 5.5, under on the 46.5. That could be game of the week right there. Alright, on to the weekend. So tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, we have the 7-7 New Orleans Saints going against the 7-7 Los Angeles Rams. Rams are favored by 4. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 46. The 8-6 Cincinnati Bengals versus the 7-7 Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati's favored by 2. Yeah, Bengals win. Bengals cover over on the 37. Next up, the 8-6 Buffalo Bills versus the 5-9 Los Angeles Chargers. The Bills need a win badly. They are trailing Miami by 2 games for the division. They are tied with the Cincinnati and Indianapolis for the wild card. So I think they need to get out there and get some wins. They need at least 10 to 11 wins to be able to get into the playoffs of the wild cards. They can't take the division. Buffalo's favored by 12 against the Chargers. I got Buffalo winning. The Chargers covering at 12 and then over on the 44. The 9-5 Cleveland Browns versus the 8-6 Houston Texans. This is a very important game as well. Cleveland favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 40. 10-4 Detroit Lions. Who thought the Detroit Lions would be 10-game winners this year? At least at this point. Minnesota Vikings 7-7. Detroit's favored by 3. I got them winning, covering, and taking under on the 47. 6-8 Green Bay Packers. So they are 6-8, tied with Atlanta. They got 3 or 4 7-7 teams ahead of them. Can Green Bay get back up there and get into the playoffs? Possible. They got to win out, I think. Green Bay's favored by 5. I think they can beat Carolina, but you know what? If you sleep on Carolina, they're going to pop up and bite you. They've done it twice so far this year. Carolina's already eliminated. They got nothing to lose. They're playing spoiler right now, so I think they can do that. If they do that here, I think if Green Bay loses this, their season's over. Green Bay is favored by 5. I do have them winning covering. I'm taking under on the 36. It's going to be a close game. Next up, the 8-6 Indianapolis Colts versus the 6-8 Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are favored by 1 at home. I don't know why I had this feeling. That's the game I had the feeling on that Atlanta's going to take that. So I got Atlanta -1 under on the 44. The 7-7 Seattle Seahawks going into Tennessee against the 5-9 Tennessee Titans. Seattle favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 41.5. The 4-10 Washington Commanders versus the 5-9 New York Jets. Can the Jets win? I think they can. They won 5 games already. They are favored by 3. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 37. The 8-6 Jacksonville Jaguars versus the 7-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both teams are trying to make that playoff push. Both teams need to win here. Jacksonville has the division, but they're tied with Indianapolis and Houston at 8-6. So Tampa's a 7-7 team. They're in, but they're on the bubble, weren't they? I don't remember. My brain stopped working there for a sec. Oh yeah, they're in the bubble for the division. With New Orleans. So yeah, I mean both teams again must win for both teams. I got Jacksonville. Taking Jacksonville minus the 2.5 and under on the 43.5. The 3-11 Arizona Cardinals against the 5-9 Chicago Bears. The Bears win, cover the 4, over on the 44. Beyond that Monday night game against San Francisco and Baltimore, this could be a game of the week. The 10-4 Dallas Cowboys versus the 10-4 Miami Dolphins. How is this a 3:25 on the Christmas Eve game? Why is this not the Christmas night game, the Sunday night game? I don't get why this was not flexed till 7 o'clock. But Miami favored by 1.5 over Dallas in Miami. You know both teams are going to be up for this one. Both offenses are going to be high flying. Go Miami minus the 1.5 over on the 51. And then our Sunday night game, the 3-11 New England Patriots versus the 7-7 Denver Broncos. I think even Santa Claus is not going to want to watch this game. Denver's favored by 6.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 34.5. Maybe that's why they didn't do a good game on Sunday night. That way Santa Claus didn't miss it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the Grinch is still the presents because the game's so bad and everyone went to sleep early. There's always that too. But alright, those are the 16 games in week 16. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. We will get you once the Christmas holiday is over. We will go ahead and get the next week up, week 17. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a 50-day Robert Sports Show. your YouTube leader in sports channel content.